What's going on, everybody? Patrick Ali here with Siser North America, and in this episode, we're doing the first ever unboxing. Let's get started. Alrighty, everybody, so our friend Jennifer Sanderson over at Pigskins and Pigtails sent me over one of her Deluxe Speedball screen print kits. She has done an incredible job showing all creators and makers of all kinds how to utilize PSV, which is pressure sensitive vinyl, and screen print to have a mixed media, really cool application, but also most important, a reusable screen. So let me pull this to the center. We have a little t-shirt today from our friends over at Sanmar. Let's hop into the kit and see what we got. I like the packaging so far. So put that to the side. First thing, actually, let me read maybe I should read the box first. So we'll see what's in the kit. All right, so we got, in this kit, we're gonna have 2 screen print screens. We'll have 1 plastic squeegee, 1 Speedball squeegee. We have some popsicle sticks it looks like we're gonna look for, and some ink as well. So let's go right into it. As soon as I open up the box, first thing that I see, really well packaged, but we have all of our inks as well as some little containers with lids. Slowly show this. This is pretty cool. So we got an actual Speedball squeegee. So this is part of the process. I've seen these before plenty of times. I'm excited to use this and see if I have what it takes to swipe. We'll figure that out. We got a couple of syringes as well. I'm assuming this is if we want to do more than one color. I've seen a lot of really cool gradient patterns and things like that that folks have been doing with screen printing. Also have a hard squeegee, so it kind of looks like a Siser squeegee, but it does say on here, graphic on one side and then fabric on the other side. So I can tell already that one side seems a little softer. I'm assuming that's a fabric side. And then this one is the graphic side. We have our most important part of screen printing is what? A screen. Put it in front of my face. I feel like I'm fencing right now. Anyway, this looks like a, ooh. This is kind of nice. Ink recipe. I like that. So it shows you what colors. Going back to elementary school, that's one of the things that we did, right? It's like, well, now I gotta remember them all. Yellow and blue makes green, most colors make other colors, but everything's laid out for you right off the rip. So that's kind of cool to be able to make more colors. This is the most important part, the instructions. It looks like here, just off first glance, looks like this is gonna be our transfer tape, as well as probably a few sheets of PSV. You know what I'm gonna do for this one? There's a few sheets that come in there with you with every kit, as well as some transfer tape, but we're Siser, we make material. So I'm actually gonna put this one to the side in our project. Just toss that right there for a second, and I'm gonna pull out some of, let me see if I got it down here. Peekaboo, it's right here. Just messing with you guys. All right, so I'm actually gonna pull out some of our EasyPSV Starling, as well as our EasyPSV transfer tape. Might as well see, you know, how our stuff fares out in the process. Okay, now that we got the table cleared off, we're gonna actually go into the cutting portion, and there's something really important to note that I wanna note inside of the instruction manual, because, you know, I read instructions. I pay attention so that you guys don't necessarily have to, but still read the instructions. Now I have a file that I'm gonna be utilizing today. We're gonna be setting it up into Leonardo Design Studio, which is Siser's design software that we've created, as well as using our Juliet high definition cutter here by Siser to actually cut our EasyPSV Starling, cut both pieces of the design if there's 2. In this case, we're only gonna be doing 1 design of the sheets of the gray vinyl, which was the PSV, or the pressure sensitive vinyl that came in the kit. Choose to mirror the cut. I always hone in on those kind of things because I think it's super important when we're creating whether a t-shirt and heat applying heat transfer, or in this case, we're doing screen print transfer, or maybe you're using a product like Easy Color DTV that doesn't require you to mirror. It's important to make sure. So we're going to make sure that we mirror our design when we go ahead and send it over to the cutter. So I'm going to get my design uploaded into Leonardo Design Studio, and then we'll be right back with the cutting portion. Now that we have our design weeded out of our EasyPSV, it's time to now transfer it over to the screen. So I'm gonna cut out a little bit of the excess area, and then with that, And what we're going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of transfer tape about the same size as my design. Alrighty. Now that I've squeegeed my design, I can go ahead and flip it over. And all I'm going to do is peel back the carrier. I have my design now. I'm gonna do the same method that I did with the transfer tape, but now to apply, we're actually gonna use the screen this time to apply the EasyPSV Starling to our Speedball screen. This is sticky side up. All I'm doing is touching this so you can see I have the sticky side facing upwards. I'm going to take my screen. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take the fabric side of my squeegee and I'm going to run the squeegee along the screen until I feel like I'm getting enough, for me in particular anyway, until I feel like I'm actually lifting the EasyPSV Starling up off the table ever so slightly. And then I know that I probably can flip this over. So let me just give it a couple little squeeges. This is my audition to be a DJ. So now that I've squeegeed my design onto the actual screen that we're going to be using today, I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over. And then I'm gonna start by removing the transfer tape. Ooh. And then just like that, we now got that on the screen. So the next step is to tape it off. That we want to tape off the edges of our screen. What is that used for is probably what you're asking yourself. It's just to make sure that the ink doesn't run off of the design, and if any ink does run off the design, it doesn't go through the screen onto my garment, which will then be there permanently. Now that we have our design onto our screen and now we've taped it off, and in this case, I gave myself just a little bit extra wiggle room. If you follow us anywhere on Siser North America on any of our channels, you know sometimes it gets a little wild when I'm doing something. So just to make sure that I covered my bases, covered enough of the screen up, I actually went a little bit above and beyond probably what's needed, but again, keeping it safe. We want to make sure everything works. So we're going to go back to our directions, figure out how we actually apply our screen, and then we're going to try that out right now. It says here, as a general rule of thumb, when printing on shirts, place the artwork 3 finger widths down from the collar. I'm going to place my screen down in the position that I want to apply my design. Okay, scoop a few tablespoons of your color of choice. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to play around with these. I'm going to take off the lid. There's a little protective film. Don't do as I do. I'm gonna step over to the side so I'm not over my garment, just in case I spill anything. Popsicle stick, get some of the ink out. Okay, so for the moment that you've all been waiting for, I'm gonna go ahead and do the first swipe of the screen, but let's first check really quick our directions, make sure that we're good. Place your squeegee behind the ink, tilted at approximately a 60-degree angle, so boop, 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 boop. We're right there. And then it says place your squeegee behind your ink. Pull the squeegee towards you across your image evenly, and apply a good amount of pressure. Repeat the process and squeegeeing over the ink 2 or more times. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Okay, there's some coverage in there. Let's see what we got. Okay. It says apply a good amount of pressure. Feel like we're applying a lot of pressure here. Now we're gonna set that to the side. Here's for the big reveal. Let's see what we got. I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at that. That's pretty incredible. Might be in the screen print game now. Might be getting into the screen print business. Look at that, check that out. So we got a really cool design. We did a 3-color, did white, yellow, and red across the screen. I was actually really impressed with this.
Yeah, you only got paint on a little bit of the shirt where you were supposed to, but...
Dang it!
But it's okay, it's artistic.
It's artistic. All right, well, hey, listen, like this is how we take one design and we make it a premium design. You just add more ink onto the shirt, so that's all right, we're good. So we got a really cool print onto the shirt itself. We used our EasyPSV Starling as our transfer for this particular project, and I'd say it fared pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some more of these. Let's really put the Starling to test. But in the meantime, I wanna talk about a really cool event that's coming up. As you can see on the shirt, it is the Print Makers in Fort Worth, Texas. Myself, Jennifer Sanderson of Pigskins and Pigtails, and Ryan of Ryanette, the Made Lab, and a ton of different entities are going to be hosting an awesome one-day event coming up June 9th. It'll be incredible, where we're actually gonna show you not only the process of creating a stencil with the screen, but we're also going to be showing you the process of making screen print transfers and doing this from the convenience of your own home. It's a great 101 startup to your business, and it's also great for mass production when you just, maybe you don't want to sit and weed the vinyl all the time. You can go to a screen. We're weeding once, we're screen printing multiple times, we're conserving, and we're showing you all the tips and tricks along the way. I'm very excited about this event. So June 9th in Fort Worth, Texas. More information will be coming out into the description of this video. And again, if you like what you see here at Siser North America, or Pigskins and Pigtails, or Ryanette, or the Made Lab, make sure that you're subscribing everywhere that you can find our content. But without further ado, I'm Patrick. This was really, really fun project. We'll see you next time with another episode of unboxing something. What could be next? Bye, everybody.